Hey y'all, IrixGuy here, and you got Sean Coonery, the enormous Maine Coon cat. And tonight's live broadcast is all about the DJI launch event. Today is October the 11th, and it is well past the expected live event time that DJI was going to have. So I just wanted to talk about that and gather your feedback. I think it's, Cooper Video Corp said it to the T. Cooper Video said totally disappointing. I wouldn't go as far as to say totally disappointing. I would say the fact that they promised their fans the unveiling of something that, is referred to as DJI Reflections, but the fact that they were touting that and they didn't deliver. I said I was going to have the live show. I was going to have the live Epic Drone Show live. I know I'm not in the typical studio, and the lighting in here is pretty poor, but I delivered. I said I'm going to have a live show, and I've delivered, and it's super disappointing, super disappointing. I could say it over and over, beyond disappointing, that DJI not only did they not deliver with this live event, this live launch or whatever, but upon conversing with other drone hobbyists on the internet, it seems that this expected announcement that was not announced was likely something that was going to disappoint a lot of hobbyists anyway. The solid rumors indicate that it was going to be a new camera for the Inspire 2. Now, if you've watched my channel for a while, you know that I'm not a fan of the Inspire. It's too big and it's too heavy. So, to get another camera for a drone that I'm not even interested in. Look at Sean Coonery. He said, hey, man, he said, I'm a drone pilot too. And he said, I have no interest, no personal interest whatsoever in the Inspire. It's too big. It's too heavy. So, yeah, there you have it. I mean, this is super, super disappointing. And maybe they'll pull through or something. Hey Jay, welcome aboard. Nate Sarag, welcome aboard. I got a large live audience today. By the way, if you're watching this at approximately 8:46 p.m. New York City time, this is a live show. So anything you type within the video's comments, I can see in real time, and I have the opportunity to converse with y'all. And I apologize, the camera's kind of moving around. I'm in not the typical studio today. I'm actually just in a bed, and I was so upset. You're not able to see my stream? Huh. Weird. Let me double check. It should be. Can everyone hear me and see me okay? I know this is, the lighting in here is not typical studio lighting, but can you hear me and see me okay? If you can, just type in there. Yeah, we got a lot of viewers here. Hopefully it's coming through. I don't. Tuxie69 says it's 1:46 p.m. Thursday in New Zealand. Good day, mate. Good day, governor. Welcome aboard. Nasty Thug, Jim, Rockstar Cinema, no Phantom 5. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to see a Phantom 5, and I don't think we're going to see a Mavic Pro 2. And I'm super bummed. I'm hoping this was just a sick joke, because we didn't even see, they didn't announce anything. They were telling us at what was it, 5 p.m. Pacific, that we were going to receive there was going to be some sort of launch event. Nothing's happened. But people that are very well versed with the drone hobby, the consensus opinion is that what is going to be launched, or what they plan to launch, was just another camera for their Inspire. Something. I'm sure it's turbo expensive, but if you're like me and you're a hobbyist, and you're not a trust fund baby or anything, you don't have the funds to go out and get these pro level drones. With a Phantom, with a Mavic Pro, it's one with the quality skills and editing equipment can create a very high end 4K video. I've created tons of them. At the time of posting this, the Phantom 4 is my favorite drone on the market. I love the Phantom 4. Consistently rock solid footage in 4K. The image quality is good. The image stability is good. It's just a great product, and there's no tap to focus requirement. And if it goes in the lake or the ocean, yeah, that's a huge financial hit, but nothing in comparison to an Inspire and Inspire 2. So, for that reason, I think for hobbyists, especially on the cusp of the holiday season, the holiday shopping season, I mean, typically people don't go out and buy their holiday gifts a few days before Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever holiday you're celebrating. They typically get them in advance. And for for the leading drone manufacturer in the world right now to not release something solid right here during the peak holiday shopping season is a disgrace. I mean, it really is. But it could be a situation to where they realize they don't have a competitor. I mean, sure, there's companies that have released drones, and their names are not DJI. There's some other companies out there, but it's hard for one to argue that any of those companies that have released drones come even close to the performance of a DJI drone. I mean, even GoPro, the leading action camera manufacturer in the world, with their Karma, and I love GoPro, but with their Karma, they unfortunately failed. They failed epically. They really did. So, yeah, Nate Sarag, there was no event with no new products. At least there hasn't been yet. And if there is, it must be a private cocktail party with a bunch of snobby people in suits. And they didn't broadcast it or something. I mean, I don't know. Tell me what y'all think. I don't understand what happened here. Or maybe they decided it was such a disappointment they didn't want to release it after all. Maybe that's what it was. Antimatter says, were you going to cry yourself to sleep? Well, I could have, but then I thought, well, why don't I just host a live show like I promised my viewers and talk about it and share the disappointment with everyone? I mean, we expected, I know many of us expected a Phantom 5 and or Mavic Pro 2, and they did not deliver. So this is unacceptable. This is absolutely unacceptable. Jay says, my video player for Explorer 11 will not receive transmit, only text. I tried. Wish I could help you there, man. What you may want to do, if you've got access to download and install the Chrome browser, a Chrome web browser I found to be a lot better than Internet Explorer. So, with that being said, I would check that out. Fly High Guy says, yeah, I think so too. Just a camera for the Inspire. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And I mean, apparently there was a big leak and it's all over the internet. So that's, I feel fairly confident that if they do unveil anything today, as they promised they would, if they do unveil anything, it's probably going to be a disappointment if what excites you is a Phantom 5 or a Mavic Pro 2. So this is silly. I love DJI. I love their drones. Favorite drone on the market today. Again, my favorite drone today is the Phantom 4. I don't even need the Pro. I'm happy with the Phantom 4. The intro and the outro to this live show was filmed with the Phantom 4 in 4K 30. None of that tap to focus junk. It just worked, and it works well. Up, down, under. Nth degree aerial perspectives. GoPro fails because of their pricing. I will never buy a GoDumb product ever. I vote my dollars every day. GoPro, I've been a long time friend, not friend, but a long time fan of GoPro. I didn't start with GoPro Hero 1 because at that point in time, I wasn't really involved with internet video, and I didn't understand the power of a mountable action camera. But, I got addicted with GoPro Hero 2, and I've owned every GoPro from Hero 2 until present. The only product that GoPro has released that has severely disappointed me was the GoPro Karma drone. And for a company as large, and for a company with as huge of a fan base, a loyal fan base, as GoPro, to fail when they released a drone, it helps to further explain why we saw what we saw today. And we've got the leading drone manufacturer in the world, DJI, which I love. I love the Phantom. But we've got them telling us there's this launch event today. They're getting everybody excited. We're hoping Phantom 5, Mavic Pro 2. And what do we get? We don't even get a live broadcast. I'm hosting a live broadcast because I promised y'all my viewers that I was going to host a follow-up discussion and talk about whatever DJI unveiled today. And they haven't unveiled anything officially, at least to my knowledge, again, unless you're in some sort of private cocktail event and they're not live broadcasting it for whatever reason. I mean, I don't know. I mean, this is just unacceptable. It really is. Cooper Fly High Guy says 6K does it. The Inspire Cooper Video Corp. The Inspire has great video quality, but its size is a joke. You know what? You get an Inspire, one of the high-end cameras. Yeah, if you're and again, I love professional video. On the ground, I use a Sony Alpha camera. Super high quality, great depth of field. You know, it's hard to beat that video quality. And to compare the video quality from a Sony Alpha to, say, a GoPro or a camera on a Phantom 4, Phantom 4 Pro, Mavic Pro, there's a huge visual difference. But you've got to keep in mind, for your average YouTube video viewer, they're more concerned about the content and the location. You know, if I'm going out with, let's just say I'm going out with a $400 drone and I film a very awesome location, you know, out over the ocean, not running over boats, but flying over boats, you know, really good scenery, that footage is likely going to trump footage that was filmed with a super duper high-end drone that was just less interesting, because ultimately it's about the content. Now, sure, you want to have a quality tool that's reliable to capture the content, but in my professional opinion, it's silly for hobbyists to feel that they have to have an Inspire, something that big, something that heavy. You know, price aside, you throw price in there, it's super expensive. You know, I mean, it's not a hobbyist toy, in my opinion. And again, with the Inspire, you know, I challenge someone, you know, if I had access to an Inspire 2, whatever the new one is, I could film a video with that. I could film the same environment with the Phantom 4. I could edit the video. I could publish the video to YouTube. And with exception of the most discerning video connoisseur, it would be hard to distinguish between the two cameras that film the video. So for that reason, you know, it's just silly. Antimatter says, Jack says, that was a huge disappointment they didn't even broadcast. I agree. But then again, it may have been a blessing in disguise, because maybe they realized, hey, nobody wants I wouldn't say nobody, I don't want to overgeneralize, but most people don't want a fancy camera on an overpriced, too big, too heavy drone. Most people want the next version of the Phantom and or the next version of the Mavic. You know, Mavic Pro 2, Phantom 5. That's what most of us want. I know that's what I want. And I know a lot of y'all have messaged me, and it's like, man, when's that going to release? You know, I've told y'all, you know, stay tuned to epicdroneshow.com, because I'm going to keep everyone abreast of what's up. So, Fly High Guys, Antimatter says, I'm very happy with my Spark video. But it has plenty of room for improvement. Yeah, the Spark is cool. Even though it doesn't do 4K, the video quality and sharpness is very good. Where it kind of fails is that, you know, without having that three-axis gimbal, it's not as good as a Mavic Pro or a Phantom, because it doesn't have the three-axis gimbal. But I bet when we see the next version of the Spark, which I doubt we'll see that before Christmas of this year, but when we see the next version of the Spark, it's probably going to have 4K, and it's probably going to have a three-axis gimbal. Adam says, looks like I'll be taking my Phantom 3 to the Grand Cayman. Still my workhorse. Actually on the way to the airport now. Very cool, man. Grand Cayman, cool place, dude. You know, if you haven't been there before, you may not be familiar with it. The best place on the island, in my opinion. If you just want to go out, eat lunch, have some drinks, float out in the ocean, check out some cool scenery, go to Rum Point on the north end of Grand Cayman. You'll think you're in the middle of nowhere when you get there. But it's awesome, an awesome spot. Be sure to hit up Stingray City. There's actually a water taxi that leaves from Rum Point, and you can go out to Stingray City, swim with the stingrays. They'll give you a back massage. It's really cool. One other thing, be sure to check out, and again, this also originates from Rum Point, but there's this dude down there. He runs a place called Cayman Kayaks, and what he does, he leaves, check his schedule several nights out of the week, but you go from Rum Point, you get in kayaks, it's safe, it's a guided tour. You've all got glow sticks on, so if any boats came by, they would see you. But you go out to this cove, and it's called Bioluminescent Bay. And when you get out into this cove, there's this sea life below. So when you get into it and you put your oar down, you can start to see like light shoot out. It's really bizarre. And then once you get further into the cove, you can put your hand in the water. You can lift your hand out, and you hold your hand up, and you can see balls of light streaming down your arm. It's very, very cool. But there's only a few locations in the world where that occurs. So that's a super must-do. You know, and other than that, if you like to ride horses, go to the if you're at Rum Point, you would go back through Georgetown, which is downtown, you know, where the cruise ships dock, and go the other direction, go past 7 Mile Beach, which is one of the most popular, crowded beaches on Grand Cayman. But go past that, go to the tip, way out there in the middle of nowhere, secluded beaches, ultimate privacy. You can ride horses on the beach. Super duper cool. And that would probably be, if I had a drone and there weren't any, I mean, you know, check the regulations there, but that would, you know, if it's, you know, check the regulations. That'd be a cool place to have some fun with a drone, I bet. King's saying 444. I'm still waiting for my Mavic Pro Platinum. They haven't even shipped the Mavic Pro Platinum as of yet. I ordered one today. How can they release something else? Doesn't make sense. Well, the Mavic, yeah, well, that's another discussion there. I was just going to say that they need to bring us a Mavic Pro 2. Jack says, no, you're right. I don't care all about the X7. I agree. Adam says, I watched all your Grand Cayman videos. Will do. Very cool. Thanks for thanks for watching, man. That's what it's all about, you know, getting the content out there and people watching. I appreciate that. Up Down Under says they should have 2 different DJI announcement events. One called Professional and another called Hobbyist. At least then we'd know if it's suited for our interest. Not some wishy-washy teaser video. I agree. You know, that is very well spoken. I don't know why they wouldn't do that. I mean, it's like if you went to a car dealership. Here's a good analogy. So let's say I'm going to go out and buy a truck, right? So I go down to the car dealership. They got trucks, they got cars, they got trucks and cars and vans, whatever. But when I go to the car dealership, I don't want to have to walk through 18-wheelers and cranes and forklifts and all of that because I don't care about it. You know, I'm there to get a truck. I'm not there to get a forklift or an 18-wheeler or a crane or a bulldozer. I don't care about that stuff. And to your point, that's kind of what they're doing with us. You know, they're putting these teasers out there, and it's like, you know, who cares? Again, you know your target audience, and know. I don't know. It's frustrating, you know. And I didn't want to think that today I was going to have to be frustrated about this. I've been, ever since this was teased, I've been looking forward to the launch. And then as I've collaborated with others on YouTube and social media, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, as I've collaborated with others, the consensus assumption has been that it's been this, you know, it's going to be a launch event for this X7 or whatever. So, you know, the optimistic side of me is saying maybe DJI canceled. Maybe they canceled this launch event today because they realized that very few people want it. And maybe they realize that they need to have a launch event and they need to release something substantial. So, you know, maybe we will see a launch event from DJI before the holiday season. I mean, the shopping season is getting short. It's October the 11th. You got to think about logistics. You know, they've got to build this product. They've got to ship this product. This product's got to get from distribution centers to the customers. All of that before the super duper mad Christmas rush. So I just don't get it. And for that reason, if the Phantom 5 and or Mavic Pro 2 doesn't hit today or within the next day or so, well, actually, I already think they're behind with being able to meet consumer demand for Christmas shopping season. So, you know, I think we're in a bad. If we're expecting a new drone from DJI this year, I think we're in for extreme disappointment. And I hate to say that. Mavic Pro Platinum, Phantom 4 Pro Obsidian, those were not new drones. They were paint jobs. I know they had a few new features, but I don't know. I'm not saying those drones are bad. I'm just saying that was a joke of an announcement. And again, something that they were able to do because they know they have no competition. You know, if you don't have competition, if you've got a cool and exciting product, why do you have to innovate? Yeah, Adam said it just there. He said lack of competition. That's all there is to it. I agree. You know, if I was let's say that I was a car phone salesman, and the phones that I sold were the car phones. You have a bag and you've got a big bulky phone with a big battery. Let's say that that's what I sold. Well, if we didn't see all these cell phone manufacturers come out, you know, the Apples that create the iPhone, the various Android phone manufacturers, if all of that wasn't out there, or even the flip phone for that matter, I could still be selling a cell phone in a bag to people because there would be no need to innovate. If you can sell what you've got, if you can sell the technology, you know, the components, that's less expensive to manufacture because, you know, it's not cutting edge technology. If you can continue to sell that, you know, there's a high amount of demand and you can continue to sell those products. Why do you want to release something new that's going to cost you more for R&D, research and development? It's going to cost you more to purchase those more current components. I mean, the cost of parts for an old cell phone in a bag in comparison to the very high-tech touchscreen display on a smartphone today, like an iPhone or an Android phone, I'm sure those components are a lot more expensive than that bag cell phone's components. So, I mean, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Nth Degree Aero Perspective says, let's all support each other all we can. I agree. Nth Degree says, DJI is both awesome and disappointing all in one. What company isn't? Very cool. Very well stated. Adam says, lack competition. That's what we just said. Yeah, Adam says, or Nth Degree says, Adam, you're totally correct. We need competition between drone manufacturers. Is the new 3DR Solo any good? There's a new 3DR drone? I didn't even know. Is that a joke or is there really? Let me see. Check that out. I didn't. Huh. The new 3DR drone. Did they go under? Or did they? Nth Degree says, I bet DJI's customer service would snap to attention real quick if another company started costing them money. No, I agree. And that's why, you know, when GoPro came into the playing field, I knew I was bullish that GoPro was going to execute super well when they released their drone, and they didn't. Because had GoPro executed like they should have with Karma, again, when they released Karma, they should have just scrapped that initial design and created a new drone design. It was horrible. I hate to say that. I love GoPro. They should have just scrapped the Karma and created a brand new aerial platform. Had they done that, we would have had a very popular company with a very huge fan base, with a, in my opinion, historically excellent customer service record. That would have been a thorn, a huge major thorn in DJI's side, and it would have caused DJI to innovate more rapidly. And you know what, looking back at that, I think that what we may have seen is DJI having to rush and release the Mavic Pro because they didn't know at that point in time what they were up against with GoPro. And then, of course, their Mavic Pro was better than GoPro Karma, but I think the Mavic Pro has been DJI's first and only response to competition. You know, they felt confident that GoPro was going to release something great. So I think with the Mavic Pro, we saw something very nice, very innovative, yet very flawed. The camera on it's not as good as the Phantom 3 Pro. So, you know, if they gave us a better camera with the Mavic Pro, and that's why I'm so gung-ho about Mavic Pro 2, because we need that better camera system. You know, I love the size, the travel weight of the Mavic Pro. It's a great aerial platform, and it handles the wind well. But, you know, give us a better camera. You know, give us as good or better 4K video performance that we can get from the current model Phantom, and you know, and let's do it right. But they don't have to do that now. Again, to Adam's point, lack of competition. Up, Down, Under says, no one will catch up with DJI for many years. Many have tried, many have failed. Yeah, tons have failed. I don't know if anybody's really tried, though. You know, we say that people have tried, you know, not to bash any individual companies, but we've had the companies that, okay, they're like a Kickstarter campaign, crowdfunded. You know, they promise their people the world, and they either don't deliver because they go bankrupt, or they, you know, there's been a lot of examples in the crowdfunding space of would-be competitors that just never made it. And then we had the you know, the big dogs with a large amount of money, and that was GoPro. And I think 3DR was pretty big. But, you know, they just couldn't do it. And then, you know, you got a lot of these little fly-by-night drone manufacturers that I think they probably realized that they just couldn't do it. I mean, it's going to be hard to dethrone DJI. It's going to take somebody like a Google, an Apple, a Microsoft. You know, someone like that with the money and the technical expertise, project management. You know, how do I manage a team so that they can effectively design, not just design but test and then release? How do I design the perfect product to compete with DJI? And then taking it beyond the design piece, beyond the design phase rather, how do I take a product that I've designed and effectively market it? Because, you know, when this new product comes to the playing field, nobody's really going to want it because it's not DJI. I mean, DJI is number one. So how are they going to take their excellently crafted product, put it out there on the marketplace, get name recognition for the product? I mean, the brand that releases it, if it's a Google, an Apple, Microsoft, etc., they've already got brand recognition. But how do they get recognition for that product? And how do they penetrate the drone space? You know, how do they displace DJI? I mean, there's a lot of pieces to this puzzle. So, I mean, it's just really crazy. Yeah, Jack, I agree. I was hoping GoPro would give DJI a run for the money. I agree. And there's no reason they shouldn't have. And that's what I don't get about GoPro. I mean, I know historically they've been an action camera company, but historically, DJI was a drone company. DJI's become not just a drone company, but they've also become a camera company, a tablet company. You know, you're seeing those tablets on the Plus models. I mean, GoPro needs to step outside of just being an action camera company, and for them to do that, they need to abandon the current karma. I hate to say it. I mean, if GoPro would just abandon that now while the drone space is super hot, if they would just abandon that now, they could get their first quality drone out in the market and then continue to release newer model drones like they've done with the camera. You know, they just need to do it. They need to just say, hey, we failed with karma and we need to release something new. I think GoPro can displace DJI, but they're just going to have to release a new product to do so. Sam1 Film says, DJI said it would be in the professional world, so I'm not surprised. Now, Jack says, GoPro had the brand names, their advantage. They should try again. I agree. They should definitely try again. Int Degree says, let's all get together and design and build the perfect drone, then release a new one every 6 months. IrixGuy has the cash. That's funny. Kevin says, can't stay long, Irix. What did DJI release? DJI released nothing. They teased us. They said that there was going to be something on October the 11th. Unless my computer and my Apple Watch and everything is broken, there is... oh, okay, I take that back. Looks like... yep, so it's the X7. It's... Oh, man. This is a disappointment. So it's official. Yeah, it's the X7. It's just an overpriced camera. Ugh. Such a disappointment. Hey, Sean Coonery, what do you think? He said he is not impressed. He said personally, he would rather have cat litter. Yep, so there you have it. We got the X7. What a bummer. What a bummer, what a bummer, what a bummer. So, yeah, but I'll post a link to it after this show concludes. Go to epicdroneshow.com and you can find it there. I mean, it's, maybe it's something y'all are interested in, but I'll tell you, my thing is being a drone hobbyist, and part of being a hobbyist is having a limited budget, and I mean, Phantom and Mavic and even Spark for that matter, that's already stretching it. But throw something like that out. I mean, even if it was a small and manageable form factor, just the price alone makes it, I mean, I couldn't even consider it. So, super annoying. No, I never got a Pro Plus. Yeah. Int Degree says 6K. Yeah. Well, think about this. The 6K, the advantage to that is that obviously you're filming when it's filmed with the camera. It's a larger image size. So say, for example, you're filming in 6K and you got, and you wanted to, let's say, perform a zoom, like a camera zoom effect within video editing. You'd be able to zoom in most scenarios without losing that 4K video quality because it was filmed in a larger canvas. So you'd have, especially if you're just publishing in 1080p, that filming in that larger size is beneficial. But again, for a hobbyist, no. Jack says, I don't know very many YouTubers that use Inspires, let alone care about 6K. Pros will want to mount their cameras. Up, Down, Under says, you should do these live broadcasts more often. Hey, man, I will. This is something I enjoy, and this is not in my studio. I'm going to do more from my studio where we've got better audio and lighting and video quality. But I'm just, I'm just sitting here chilling with Sean Coonery, the enormous Maine Coon cat. He said, hello. Hello. He said, I'm not impressed by today's announcement. You're not. I know you're not. He said, that's how I feel about it. He said, that is how I feel. Ow. So, yeah. Disappointing. Say the least. So, I guess we could sit here and talk about disappointment, or we can question what's next. And I think my best advice for everyone is to, embrace disappointment, because there's no reason to try to get excited about something not worth being excited about. So it is what it is. But I promised y'all this live show today, and I delivered, and sorry it's got such horrible news, but check out epicdroneshow.com if you are a fan of the ultra expensive, ultra high-end cameras. You can check that out, and I'll post it on epicdroneshow.com, so check it out. But for all the fellow drone hobbyists out there, stay tuned. We've got to stay positive and hope for Phantom 5 or Mavic Pro 2 soon. But again, being a realist about this, without any competition out there, I'm very pessimistic about something releasing prior to Christmas. But I may be wrong, and I hope I am wrong, but I think I may be right. So thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. YouTube.com/IrixGuy. Y'all have a good day. Hey y'all, IrixGuy here. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe, like, and share. It's viewers like you that enable my channel to continue to grow. Thank you. Hey y'all,